welcome back to WRPB at the WRPB studio. There are so many things in business that you need to keep yourself going and make yourself known. And one of the most important things is your advertising and your promotional materials. You want to make sure that you're going to the right person, and the right person is Sam from Sky's the Limit. How you doing, Sam?
Oh,
Nice to see you.
Hello, everybody.
So tell me all about Sky's the Limit. What exactly is it that you can give us in the printing side of things for our business?
Well, the beautiful thing about Sky's Limit is I built a suite for everything under one roof. And that's including your printing, your designing. We do signs. We can create brochures, business cards. We have a full line of elegant business cards that are becoming very popular. But the most important thing is we're not just order takers. I don't believe in just taking orders. When people walk into my office, we have to sit down with them, get an idea of what they need, figure out what their budget is, and then make recommendations what they could use to help grow their business.
So you're really a full service shop, not just somebody I come in and say, here, I need 100 copies of this.
That's correct. You see, a lot of printers have a tendency when somebody walks in, and let's say I open up a new business and they come in and say, well, I need postcards. And then the printer would say, well, how many do you need? Well, how would they know how many you need? What are you trying to accomplish with those postcards? What are you trying to accomplish with those business cards? What's your overall look of what you're expanding in the next 6 months to a year? So I try the tendency to figure out what they do, take the time to sit with them, and really discuss what kind of marketing tools they need to grow that business.
So, Sam, if I come in and see you and I tell you that I'm opening a new business and I would like some things that I can help get my name out in the community with, what are some of the recommendations you would give me?
I'm glad you asked that question. We have a product called EDDM. It's called Every Door Direct Mail. And it's a beautiful product because it's very inexpensive. EDDM is a product that we use through the United States Postal Service. They provide us with the software, and every zip code has a carrier route. And in those carrier routes, we could determine the cost of the home, the household income, and various other age groups and things like that. And all you need to do is let us design it, we print it, we bundle it, we do the paperwork, and the paperwork is to let the post office know what carrier routes they're going to. Every Door Direct Mail, actually, if you don't mind me saying, you can mail out 5,000 jumbo postcards. I mean jumbo, 6.5 by 8 or 6.25 by 9, for as little as 36 cents a piece, including postage.
So it's really advantageous to be able to get something that size into people's hand.
Right. It's target marketing. See, if you could target the customer that you're most important to you, whether it's a grand opening or you're running a special, or you just want to build a business in a different areas, Every Door Direct is very affordable. The other way to do it is you could do bulk mail, which we don't really get into. Bulk mail becomes very expensive. You have to buy a permit. You have to address it with the customer's name. The postcards are usually smaller. The postage costs more money. Every Door Direct Mail is great for any size business, small or large.
That's awesome.
I know.
I don't have to go through all the legwork and footwork of trying to figure out where these are going to go and how it all happens. You can take care of all that for me.
We do it all for you. We bundle it. We'll do the paperwork. We'll even drop it to the post office. And the great thing about that is, let's say you did 5,000 pieces and your total cost is about $1,800. You don't have to come up with $1,800. All you do is come up with the printing, the prep, which is the bundling and everything, the design fee, and you could pay us as we mail the postage, which breaks down to about 19.1 cents a piece, which is included in that 36 cent piece of the cost.
Nice. So I can do it as I can afford it.
That's right.
So that's awesome. So I'm personally one that goes out into the community a lot. I'm at different networking events and things like that. What are some of the marketing things that you could offer me as giveaways?
I'm glad you asked that question.
I knew you would be.
Well, you know what? It depends on what type of business you are. It's very important, I know networking is important. One thing I have to say is that the most expensive thing you ever want to spend your money on is a business card. A business card is the most important tool. And I'm not telling you to give out thousands of them, but when you meet somebody, you want to make sure that person never forgets your business card. And we offer a very beautiful type of card, a rounded corners, silk finish with a spot UV, gold foil cards. These are important. You never want someone under their breath say, boy, what a cheap card. The other thing you could use is brochures. Brochures are good. It also gives you an overall idea of what you do and how you run your business. And sometimes you could even do a bio about yourself if you're a doctor. Promotional items we also do. I'm not very hot on pens, but people do want pens. I like if you can get coasters and you could bring them into a bar. But if you're handing them out at a network, chip bag clips are very good because people use them all the time.
Sure.
You always want to get promotional items that have longevity, that are always going to be around, that you're always going to use at regular time. Pens have a tendency, you use the pen, I don't know how many times you look at the name on the pen, but it depends. If you have a lot of money, you want to spend 10,000 pens, then it's worth it. If you don't have a lot of money, you're only buying 500 pens, you're always nervous about handing them out. Koozies are very good too. Koozies are great for realtors. Because when I was a realtor 20 years ago, I used to buy koozies and I used to go to the marinas and I used to hand them out to the people that own boats. And people that own boats usually own nice homes. So if you can give a koozie into someone's hand when they're going on their boat, what are they doing? They're putting a can of beer in there or whatever, they drink soda, and they're looking at your name as they drink over and over again. That's a great product to give out.
So the whole purpose of the marketing material is to drive your name into somebody else's head.
Right.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, there's a lot of things you could do with business. It's not only the printing aspect, and we don't do a lot of these other things, but now we know we could send you up to a place that can handle your social media, your videos. You could do headshots at this place. What place would that be? Oh, WRPB Studios. Yeah, they do. They have a fantastic place here where you can get short videos for your, social media. It's a combination of everything. It's not just printing for me, but if you have the money, you can spend money in local papers. You can do social media is very big, and also very important. I don't know why I'm plugging them, but Google has a free Google business page, which is very powerful, and I always recommend to get it since it's free. But if you don't use it, it's not going to work.
There you go. So there's a lot of tools that you have in your tool belt as well,
Right.
to make sure that your customers are getting the service that they're looking for.
Well, listen, if you're a carpenter and you don't have your drill or your saw or your hammer, you can't build anything. It's the same thing with printing or any kind of marketing tools. It's tools to build your business. You got to have the right tools at the right time.
So we talked about business cards and the importance of those, and I know the importance, as I'm at events, of having something to hand to somebody. Say I've got a small business and I'm just starting up. I don't have a big budget for marketing.
Right.
What other smaller things would you recommend for me that I could put somewhere or
That's a good question.
make a way?
I'm glad you asked that.
I
too.
figured that you'd be glad, yeah.
Well, you know what? People walked into my place and they say, well, I want to do postcards and business cards. And they say, I give them the price on the business cards and the postcards. And we're very competitive, but you get a lot more for your money with Sky's the Limit. I always tell them, you know what? Forget about the business card. Get the postcard. Because with the postcard, you could put a call to action on there with a special price. You could put more information about your company. And you can use it as a tool and use it as a business card too. And when you start bringing in business, you can come back and get yourself a nice business card. So small postcards are very good. Door hangers. If you're a service company and you're doing windows or you're doing air conditioning, after you finish that job, you can stop off at some of the local houses around the area and drop off a door hanger and say, I just did your air conditioning at your neighbor's home. Those are little tools that you could use.
So you do other things beyond handouts and giveaways. You do things like flags,
Correct.
yard signs,
Yes.
anything along that nature that I need.
I'm glad
Are
you
you glad
asked
that I asked
que-
that?
We're not only a print shop, but we also are a sign shop. I'm proud to say that I have one of the largest printing machines on the Treasure Coast. It's a 64-inch rolling, which prints in full color in cuts. And we do a immense amount of realtor signs, riders. We also do installation of big commercial signs, 4x4. If you see some of the work we've done on US 1. We also do labels and decals, yard signs, just about anything when it comes to signs. We just don't do the installation of electric signs because we're not licensed to do that. But we can make them, and you could bring them, and you could have someone licensed to install them.
So you can do any kind of vehicle signs, things
Right.
along that line.
We do a lot of graphics for vehicles. A lot of the popular ones are the see-through vinyl, which you could see out, but you can't see in. It's in full color. A lot of people use that for the back windows. But we do vans and trucks, and we do vinyl on the outside, and we do, that's called graphic vinyls. But you could see some more of our work at www.printerpsl.com. That's PRINTERPSL.com, and call us at 340-1090.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You made my job easy today, Sam.
Yeah, and just for the hell of it, I'll give you the address, 10504 South US Highway 1. We're right next door to Enterprise Rent-A-Car, across the street from Applebee's.
That's awesome. So, if you need your printing done, if you need decals, if you need signs, if you need anything along that line, make sure that you reach out to Sam and make sure that it gets done the right way. Sam, I appreciate you.
Can I give that number one more
You
time?
absolutely can. Go ahead.
That's 772-340-1090. 340-1090. And visit us online at www.printerpsl.com. Hey, thank you. And I hope I see you soon.
Absolutely. And that information is going to be up on your screen. We'll be back.